Alright, so we're back at it again. Picked up these chairs and offer up. The whole table set and everything. So as you can tell, it's just like any chairs in your living room, they're all gonna get loose over time. So you gotta give them maintenance. When they start loosening like this, glue them. Certain areas you can put screws in. First thing we're gonna do, this thing's already falling apart. Look at that. So let's take this cushion off first. These things are dirty, so you gotta clean them up. Remove these 4 screws. Remember, use whatever you got. If you don't have straps or clamps, you can always find some way of tightening these things down. So we take this thing off. You can see how dirty it is too, you know. So this is gonna get washed. At least the fabric's in good shape. Once you clean it up, it'll be as good as new. So, get these guys out of the way. Got a clean rag and then a dry one too, so we can clean this thing. But as you can tell, as soon as I took that thing off, the whole bag fell apart. Look at that. That's alright. That's what we want. We want it to fall apart. That way, we can clean it, and reglue it, and it'll be as good as new. So all these areas that are nice and dirty like this, just get in there, clean them up, get a rag. You can use a screwdriver too, it'll help you out. Fold it in half. And just get in there. Scrub all the grime. Doesn't have to be perfect, but better, you know, better you clean this thing, better it'll glue. Most of these areas clean off pretty good, see that? Just give it a good wipe all the way around. Remember, the seed's going right back on this thing. Now we're getting rid of our dining table because sometimes we have company over and there's just not enough room. And this is a nice set too. The table's in good shape. There we go. Oh, no more. Give everything a nice wipe. First thing we want to make sure is that this frame is nice and tight. Remember, don't break it. If it's already nice and tight, then it's good to go. It's just the back side of it that's loose. This area over here, which is good enough. Alright, so what we want to do, get these guys. Same thing with this one. Give it a nice clean. This one's the top part, so it's not too bad. Wipe it down with your soapy rag. Like over here, see, this is the bottom side, so it's always going to be dirtier. Spill food, whatever. Just get in there, clean this thing up nice and neat. It's got nails on here. See, that's how they nailed it down. We're going to leave those. We're going to re-anchor this back on, but we're going to put glue. So once you're done, make sure you dry this thing off so the glue sticks to it. Don't worry about the glue. Just pour as much as you can. Once it squeezes out, see, like this area, it's starting to do. We're gonna fix that too. Alright. So first thing we're gonna do is put some glue on this side. Spraying glue all over the place. There we go. This guy's starting to dry because you can tell this doesn't come out so smooth anymore, but it's still good. Cake it on there. Don't be shy. Get a lot of it on there. Make sure you use some surgical gloves. I like these neoprene gloves. You know, just nice and thick in the edges. No matter what, once you're done, you're gonna wipe all this off. And any excess glue you get in there will help these chairs to be stronger. So that one's good. Now this one too. See that? Get it in there, all of it. Not want to come out. You know what? Let's take this cap off. Let's see if this way comes out quicker. There we go. Just cake it on there. Don't be shy. Squeeze it in there. Either way, this is gonna get flipped around. So once it does that, it's gonna fall right back down. Anything that spills out, grab it and toss it right back in there. All of it. Okay. You can always put a little bit on this guy's too. See that right here? Sorry. Even new cabinets too. Sometimes you buy furniture that's not that expensive. It's like cheap, and the design is cheap. When you put it together, it feels flimsy. Before you put it together, add some super glue. Add some wood glue. And that thing will be strong. It'll last you years. But if you don't put glue on it, you just screw it together like it says, you know, normal install, it'll fall apart on you. Alright. So now we start putting this thing together. I know it looks messy, but don't worry about it. You got your wet rag right here. You can always clean off all the excess glue. And then this part is going to go inside there, so you can add glue right here. This one will come out. I gotta go buy some more glue. It's the one thing you can never have enough. And it dries literally on its own. Remember, just put it all over the place. The more the better. And then we got this corners over here that are kind of falling apart. Put some glue on it, because they're gonna get shoved into that groove. The glue helps them. Get this area, see that? On top of here. Okay. Slide it in there. Everything's in there. Whoop. It's dripping out. It's alright. Let's get this bad boy in there. And this one just slides into place right there. Look at that. Alright. And now we get our rubber mallet. Tap it. This part needs to be clamped down. Alright. So that was a light tap. Now you want to take a rag, put it over here to protect the wood, right? So much for that. Okay. You know what? I think we're going to clamp this guy down. Alright, so these are, remember I told you it had some nails in there. Just banging those suckers in there. Wipe off your excess glue. And now we can use this clamp right here. Clamp this bad boy down. So we gotta hold it down nice and tight. Let's see if it's better this way. There you go. You can tell it's clamping down good because all the excess glue is coming out. You know what? I'm gonna do two. One on this side, one on the other side. Alright, so now wipe off all your excess glue. Because remember, this is the visible side. So that means we can see everything. Just clean everything. If you don't get everything, you can always wipe it down later. Still gotta clamp this side down more. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Back, you can see all this glue on here. So, use your screwdriver. Get in there. And wipe it all down, nice and neat. Or you can just stretch it. Just move it through there. If it gets too dry, get it nice and wet. still gotta clamp this thing down some more. I don't know if we can beat it in, but I tried to get a few more wax. Let me see. So, what I said, use what you have. Don't spend any money. I don't have any huge clamps, so we might be able to use this strap. You need something with pressure. So. Try to put this in a way that you don't scratch or damage your wood. So, I'm gonna show you so you can see this. So that there. And then this one, we need to bring it underneath the seat right here. It's gotta go underneath the leg. And then on this side right here, this guy, pull it tight, this way, and I think that's the right way. There you go, yeah, nice and snug. Bring it over. Remember, it's got to be in this edge over here. Keep it snug. Watch your fingers. Start to clamp. Okay. Let me move around so you can see this thing. See, this is the part we want to get down. So we start clamping. See that? Look at that. Look at all the glue coming out. That's what you want to see. You want to see this thing go all the way in. As tight as possible. Once you get it in there, don't forget, get all that glue off. Because if not, once it dries, it's going to be hard to get that glue out. So make sure. It usually takes a good 24 hours. Once it's dry, it ain't going nowhere. See that? We use our straps. We may have to go buy clamps. When this chair is done, it's going to be as good as new. No more wobbling, it won't fall apart. So we're going to do the same thing to this side too. Yeah, this thing's pretty tight. There you go. We'll do one more strap. Strap on this side. So. Okay. So bring this on this side. Same thing, just got to make sure you watch this thing because it's in this way, so that means that the strap is going to go on the back side. Then bring this on the inside of the chair because you don't want it sliding out. And lift it. Put it underneath the leg. Make sure it's not tangled. Keep it in the middle because this is where you have most of your room. Get it nice and snug before you start to clamp it. Alright. You notice we still have a huge gap right here. So now we bring this guy over here. Bring it sideways so you can see it. It's already on the foot. Watch, just start clamping it. Look at that. See the glue coming out? There you go. Nice and tight. That's it. Get your rag, get in there. Give it a nice wipe. Look at that. Almost as tight as a guitar string. Now we're getting the backside here too, because it's glue all over the place. That's it. It's clamped down nice and neat. Give it 24 hours to dry. Take the straps off. Have your seat cushion nice and clean. Screw it back on. As good as new. There you go. Remember, use what you have. Don't go out and spend any more money on anything else. So, if you have any questions or comments, don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you. All right, we're at it again. Second part of the used dining set table. You can see we got the cushions already here. They're all nice and clean, ready to be put back on. This chair actually fell apart in all these sections over here. I'm still debating. I just noticed that this one here is not perfectly lodged in there. So I think I'm gonna knock this piece out and rearrange it and re-glue it. But these joints are all loose. So I had to re-glue them all again. And the straps tightened down really good. And then this one's already done. But the backing on these things were extremely loose. And it was like really hollow. So I filled this thing up with wood glue inside there. I did it in a few days because you can only put so much. The blue one with blue tape, I added a whole bunch and it ended up coming out the sides over here. So I learned to just do a little bit at a time, keep filling it up. This one's pretty much full at the top because there was a lot of movement inside there. So this piece is done. It's pretty much dry, but this one here, you can see it's still yellow. It's still moist inside there. It's kind of fresh, the glue. I filled that one up too. And this one was pretty bad shape. It was loose all the way around. So I got straps on that, and I put glue inside this area too to fill it in. I might throw a little bit more inside here. The straps are because this piece came off and this one here, and it's just to hold it in place. I did this one yesterday, so I'm gonna fill this thing up. But tomorrow I'm gonna start putting these cushions on. I just have one more chair to do. This guy right here. And then I'll show you the process on this, but I'm thinking about taking the arms off because we found 2 more chairs for the table to make the, I want to have 6 chairs, so 3 on each side. They look identical, so I got to take off these arms so they all look the same. And then the holes there, I'm going to fill them up, but I'll show you guys that too. All right, we're back at it again. We're going to have to, still working on this dining set table, but this thing's all loose. We want to get rid of these arms because we got 2 chairs that are, we want to combine all 6 chairs and make them the same size. Not the same size, but the same look. We don't need these armrests, so we're going to take this off. Plus this thing is pretty loose too. The other chair that I have too is broken, so Look at this piece right here. It's falling out too. I think once I glue this one, I'm going to fill it in with some wood filler. Let's see how this guy comes out. I think it's a dowel right inside here. See that? Oh, there's some wood screws on here. Let me get the drill. Yeah, I don't think this originally came with wood screws. It was just a wooden dowel. Let me see. There we go. That's it. These pieces are gone. We're not going to use them. Oh, shoot. See that? It's all loose. We're going to glue that in too later. First things first. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. I have to knock these pieces out. All right. Remember, no matter what you're doing here, if you're trying to remove something, try to be careful not to damage the wood. So we're going to use this metal piece, stick a screwdriver back here. Look at that. Pop it right out. Yeah, these things are loose already before. Here, I'll show you this side. Let's put it in here. That one actually looks like it's in there pretty good. Let's see. Nah, that one's good. This one looks pretty good too. All right. But this one here is loose. Look at that. Probably thinking, why is this guy tearing this furniture apart? No. Keep this here so we don't get them confused. Look, that one's loose too. How's this one doing? Alright, this is the only one that's actually pretty decent right here. Alrighty. Let's get a rag and clean this up. Alright. Got glue here, rag. Let's get some more light. Let's get all this dirt out of here. Just around the area. Once this thing's all done too, we gotta give it another cleaning too. Just remember, this thing is used. It's still in decent shape, but just gets used, you know? Every time you sit on this thing, they get loose. Let's put some glue on here. Not too much, because then it'll seep out. Some in there. Okay. Let's do a little bit here. There, there. Remember, it's always better to add a little bit more, because you can always wipe off the excess glue. There we go. that's good. Here's the other piece. Alright, so this one goes here. Let's turn this around. Here. Add some more glue. And this piece is going to go here, so we can just do a little dab. Go a little bit high, because it's going to shoot down. Let's throw some here too. There you go. That one's done. Now let's flip it over. Let's get the other side. Inside here too. Let's get over here. There you go. As you can see. Let's move the stuff out of the way. There you go. You know what? I think we could put some glue on this thing too. That's in. Let's see if we can get it. Most of the time I bang it, it won't go in. Sometimes it does. Okay, that's done. We need one more piece. Right here. Shoot some glue in there. There. Don't be afraid of the glue. Get it all over the place. This section too. See, it's already dripping. It's alright. Let's get this thing too. Some glue on here. 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 Alrighty. Yeah, it's getting messy. Just a little shiny side up, or dirty side up. This way. One side is shiny, the other side is dusty. All the insides are dusty, so we'll make sure that we got the right side. It's not like we're gonna see it, but center it, bring it in there. Okay, so that's done. Now we need a strap. Let's get this on here. Let's get some of this excess glue. Stand this up. Just make sure it's all nice and untangled. Now we're going to shoot for the back. Let me see. Check this out. We'll clamp it inside here. That way we don't have the metal hitting this area. Bring this up. Bring this up. tighten this up. Hold on. Let's move this. This one's this way. Okay. Bring the strap in. We try to center this guy too, so we're not hitting the wood. All right. Just tighten it up a little bit, and then adjust your straps. Bring them up nice and high, all the way around. This back area here too, could use this rag just so that once it starts getting really tight, this guy can put a lot of pressure on the wood. So now we start clamping it. You can see like these joints right here. See how they're loose? Let's see if it tightens up. Oh yeah, it's starting to get tight. See that? It came in closer now. You can give it a little tap too, because it's already under a lot of pressure. Let's bring it down. Just to get it to move a little bit. Let's try one more time. Okay, it's really tight now. That's probably about as tight as we're going to get it. It's actually pretty good. It looks good all the way around. It's not much of a gap. It may close up too over time. Yeah. This one here. No. That's good. Yeah, some of these woods right here, you could tell these things were not aligned correctly. They either put them in like that since the beginning. They try to pop them out. Yep. If it can come out, there we go. Even if it breaks, it's better to pop it out. And then add some glue. I'd rather have it break a little piece off, and then put it back in nice and tight. Look at that. See? So dusty side up. This side's dusty. This is the clear coat. So we'll bring this down like this. And just try to center this thing in there. Let me see. There you go. See that? As good as it'll get. All right. That's good. Just wipe off all the excess glue. So this one's good. Should give this thing about 24 hours to dry really good. If you're in no rush, a little bit longer is always better. All I'm doing is going in all these grooves because I did put a lot of glue. just to get rid of it. You're not really going to see this glue anyways. Once this thing dries, it dries pretty clear. You can see right here, this is, I think they had some other, we'll scrape this off later, a little blade or something, X-Acto blade. But for now, we'll let this thing dry. It's on there really tight. Check it again. Oh, that's already too much. That's good. Alrighty. Alright, so this is another one of the chairs that has an armrest on it. It has the 2 holes over here. So we're going to fill it in with wood filler. And then sand it and paint it. Start filling it in. Wood filler is great because if you have any cracks or anything, you just got to get the same type to match the wood color. So this is like a natural finish. Just fill it in. Take off the excess and let it dry. Come on, get in there. You want it a little thick. You don't want to have a recessed hole inside there. Because if you get a hole, then you got to refill it back up. So it's better to just get a little extra on there. Because this stuff is real easy to sand. But if you put it in as one piece, it'll dry together and give you a nice texture. That one's done. Over here too. Let's see if you can see this. This piece right here. Just fill this in. I know this seems like a lot of work, you know, gluing all this together, tearing the pieces all apart. But this is a really nice set. I'll show you guys once it's all done how it looks. So this one's done. Let's flip this around. Do the other side. Let's see what it looks like. Yep. The hole goes all the way through. So we're going to put some tape on the back side. See that? There you go. That looks pretty good. This stuff dries. Just add a little bit of water, mix it up, gets it going. Once again, Gorilla Glue wood filler. You know me and Gorilla Glue. I love it. Oh, Look at that, spoke too soon. Got another piece over here. All right. This guy's nice and full. We'll let that dry. That's it for that chair. All right. Let's bring this in nice and tight, centered. How's the other side look good? Yep. Bring it in. It's the best thing, impact driver. But if all you have is a regular drill, you can do that too. Alright guys, it's George again here with Handyman on a budget. Finally finished this dining table. Came out pretty decent if you can ask me. Looks nice. Look at that. Paid $100 for this thing. All these things were all falling apart, super loose. Now they're all like brand new again. Nice and tight. Look at that. This thing's huge though. We still want to get 2 more end chairs to replace these two, so we can have a total of 8 chairs. At least now we can entertain some more people. Look at that. Looks pretty cool. All right. Thank you. Like and subscribe.